Good evening, exiles. So, I listened to Nicole Sauce's Living Free in Tennessee podcast, and she also has a YouTube channel that I'll link to up here or over there, wherever it shows up. But every day, or every year, she does a word of the year. And I thought that was, foofy nonsense. Who cares? Word of the year crap. Well, I decided, you know what? I'm going to do a word of the year. Last year, I decided, I'm going to do a word of the year. And I picked the word grow. So I'm like, well, what categories do I want to grow in? So I borrowed from Rabbi Daniel Lappin, his 5 F's, and I'll put a link to a video of his discussing those up here. But it's faith, family, fitness, finances, friendship, and then I added some more categories that I wanted to monitor my growth in. Group and this YouTube channel you're watching right now. So let's see how well I did in any of these. So faith, by the end of this year I'll have finished reading the Bible again. I've done a bunch of other Bible studies throughout the year, but I don't think I've grown that much. So one of the things I wanted to do last year is pray before every meal, and I did that for a while and kind of fell off of doing that. I needed to get back to praying for every meal. And then also, since me and Sarah homeschool her kids and my stepkids, which I just consider my kids, but anyway, we homeschool the kids through the Cellus online program. We want to add some faith-based education system to them. We're thinking about using the biblicaltraining.orgs. They have on there the 52 Bible stories. We're thinking about using those as the basis on it. And I want to, as I read through the Bible next year, I'm going to also do videos on some of the key features, like I'll read this story in the Bible. I'm like, oh, this is a really cool part of this story. And I'll do like a short, less than 5-minute video about that thing. And put a bunch of those up as I read through the Bible. I think that'll help people who watch the channel. And it'll really help me think through the Bible, not just go through the motions of reading it. Family, I grew a lot because at the beginning of last year, I was just a single dude. I was dating Sarah. Now we're married. And we have the 2 kids. So my family grew. And we're still working on figuring out all the bugs and stuff with me joining in with their family, which is a growing process. Finances. Okay, our budgeting every week to put stuff in our preparedness goals hasn't been going too well, and our structuring the money and budgeting so we make sure we have enough money to pay the bills out of one account and our everyday spending out of the other account, plus putting some in savings. We're not doing the best job of that yet, but me and Sarah have gotten to the point where we're communicating really well on how much we're spending and how much money we have and what bills are coming up. So we're doing a pretty good job of that, but we still need to grow on our skills of budgeting. But we'll get there. Friendships. Friendships, I work a lot and I spend a lot of time with Sarah and the kids. But we're working on growing friendships with other people and doing more things with other people and outside the house. But with my work hours and her work hours, sometimes it's more difficult to do than we'd like. But it's something that we're working on. Fitness. Sarah started working out. She goes for a walk every day. Does a little bit, she does some short body weight squats and a few other things to try to get herself in better shape. And she's been doing a good job of trying to eat healthier. I've been starting to eat a little bit healthier, and I've started to go on walks and do push-ups and sit-ups and stuff in the evening, but I need to do a better job of that. I try to do it every day when I get off work, but I don't do it every day because sometimes I'm tired or it's cold out and I don't feel like going for a walk. And I do have a shoulder injury, so I have to be really careful with the push-ups that I don't damage my shoulder. But we're going to keep working. We did grow in that area. Fortunately, I grew in this area down here too. But we're working on getting in better shape. We did make some progress. And then we did make a spreadsheet for the two of us with our goals on it. We're going to print that out and put it on one of the walls in the bedroom so we can keep an eye on that and see where we're at in our goals. Alright, so my little preparedness mutual assistance group. It's grown. We have added more people to it last year. But now we need to grow the people that are in it. And we have a few other people we're discussing, seeing if they're the right fit for the group. But taking the group and growing it, and so that way they have more bug out bags, better bug out plans, more stored food, more stored water, the whole 9 yards. I'm going to start, over the holidays, I'm going to do a basic preparedness class. I'm going to record a bunch of the videos, and next year I'm going to release those videos. So we're trying to get them up to snuff on those preparedness things, and get me and Sarah more prepared on those things. I actually made a prototype list. For this, I'll put a link in the comments to my web. It's on my website, but I just printed this out. It's, what is it, 3 pages? Yeah, 3 pages, and there are 7 levels of preparedness. I just made the levels up. They don't mean anything. But we printed it out so me and Sarah can hang it up and we can cross out everything we've done. I might turn this into a spreadsheet for the two of us, so Sarah can keep track of her things and I can keep track of mine on separate list. And I can help her out where she's weak and she can help me out where I'm weak. But things like stored food, if I store food, it's her store food. But things like reading more books to become a more rounded person. So that's something we read different levels of books. So we should keep track of that individually. But getting the whole group a copy of this and getting them up to speed and trying to get them to move through the levels and get like one of them is store an extra 30 days of food. But that's not until you get to the level 3. So it starts out pretty basic. Anyway, enough rambling about that. So growing my YouTube channel is one of my goals. So at the beginning of the year, I had about 50 subscribers. My goal was to get to 100, and I'm sitting at over 160. So I more than doubled what my goal was of 50 new subscribers. I'm actually at 150% of the number of over 150% of the number of subscribers that I had, and I was sitting at around 100 watch hours, and my goal was to get to 200 watch hours by the end of the year, and right now I'm hitting at 460. Now I still need to get to 1,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to get monetized, but I'd like to get monetized, but that's not my goal. My goal is to grow the channel so I can reach more people, so I can help them and teach them what I'm doing and teach them how to be more prepared at doing stuff in life and how to live a better life and stop waiting for, like, if I vote for this person or if this person gets elected, they'll fix the problems of my life. No, fixing their own problems, living a better life, growing better with God, and then being ready in case something bad happens, like an economic depression or you lose your job or tornado, or like a bunch of people I see on Facebook and stuff are worried that we're going to get a snowstorm Wednesday or Thursday, I think. Like, see, I don't even care when we're supposed to get the big snowstorm, because I know we got ways to heat the house, we got plenty of warm clothes, we got plenty of food, plenty of water. We don't. For some reason, the video stopped recording. But like I was saying, we got plenty of stuff ready for the big snowstorm. We always have stuff ready for that snowstorm. So I'm not worried. I don't even know when the snowstorm's coming, and everybody's freaking out. They're getting ready to go run to the grocery store and buy eggs, bread, and milk, because apparently when people in the Midwest get snowed in, they want to eat French toast. I don't know why they buy those three things. Anyway, the other goal that that's how the word of the year was grow for this year, and that's how I've grown, and in areas I'm lacking and need to grow more in. So I was thinking, well, what should my word for next year be? And I was thinking and praying about it, and I'm like, I heard that my word of the year should be tribe. And I'm like, oh, tribe's not bad, but tribe has a lot of negative connotations. Maybe I should go with, community or something like. And then I heard no, it's supposed to be tribe, like the tribes of Israel. So my goal is to try to get my preparedness group and my church and our family to be more like the tribes of Israel, and like we work together, we do things together. We don't just go to church every Sunday and just hang out with the people at church. We do Bible studies together. And the church is already starting to do movie nights, but since we live so far away, we don't do the movie nights. Maybe we should do more of the movie nights and stuff like that, and try to get people from the church to do things outside of church together too. Bible studies in small groups in people's homes. I don't know yet. I'm still working this out. Get our family to be working together more as a cohesive group. That's difficult with me being their stepdad but we're working on it. And then, of course, getting the group to act more like a tribe together. And like I said, getting them more prepared, but also don't just do our monthly get-togethers. If somebody posts like, hey, I need help fixing my porch. I had a board break in my porch. I need a couple of people's help. People from the group just show up and help. And more of that and less of us just getting together once a month, and more like we're in each other's lives. Because if you can't get along on Tuesday, you're not going to get along together on Doomsday. And I got that from Bear Independent and Viking Preparedness. They're friends with each other, so. And I really like that phrase. So that's all I got for this video. I hope I inspire you to pick a word of the year, and don't just pick the word of the year, but pick some categories and some metrics on how you want to perform with that word of the year. Whether your word be grow, whether your word of the year could be, I don't know, whatever you pick, patience, whatever. Pick categories and how you want to grow, or how you want to change using that word of the year over those categories, and see how well you do over the next year. I think that go along to help a lot of people, and it's so much better than a New Year's resolution that most people don't do. Like, my New Year's resolution is to read the Bible in a year, and then you get to Deuteronomy, and Deuteronomy's hard to get through. If you want to get through the Bible in a year, or if you want to read the entire Bible, I think you should skip Leviticus and maybe Deuteronomy. Leviticus is really hard to get through. Lots of rules. And read the Bible through, and then go back and do those. And don't worry about reading the Bible through in 1 year. If it takes you 2-3 years to read the Bible the first time, that's fine. And then get better at reading it through faster and faster to where you can get through in 1 year, if that's your goal. But if your goal is to read through the Bible and study each part of it as you go, and it takes you 5 years to do it, that's fine. But I just take your time with reading the Bible the first time. It is a big book. It's hard to get through. And be prepared for those harder, slower books that don't have much of a storyline. Those where most people quit. And that's why I was getting out with New Year's resolutions. Is most people, when they get to Exodus or get to Leviticus, they're like, nope, I'm done. And they quit reading the Bible that year. Or everybody goes and signs up. Oh man, the gym's giving a 10% discount if you sign up for a year. So they sign up for an entire year, and by February, nobody's at the gym, and the gym made all that money. That's why they give you a discount at the beginning of the year. So don't do the New Year's resolution thing and you fall out by February. Pick categories that you can slowly grow in. Put the categories someplace so you can look at them. And you can think about, like, well, how am I applying my word of the year to these categories? So I hope this helps you out. Helps you live a better life. Helps you start building a better life instead of just building the life that you're told to build, where everybody ends up miserable and in debt and 50% of people end up divorced. I don't want that for you. You probably don't want that for yourself. So thanks for watching, and remember, we, his people, will start rebuilding.